Welcome to Airgun Extra, brought to you in association with Crackshot, the Southwest's premier airgun centre and ranges. In this week's episode, I'm taking a close look at the awesome new BRK Ghost Special Edition, or SE. But before that, we're joining Rich Saunders targeting pony paddock rabbits in daylight and under the cover of darkness.
I've not been to these paddocks for quite a while, and the owners called me up to say there's been a bit of a rabbit explosion. They've been digging holes and scrapes like mad, and the problem of course is that if a horse or pony puts a foot down one and breaks its leg, then it will likely have to be destroyed. I saw a few rabbits as I drove in, so I'm going to try and get one or two in daylight and then shoot on into dark. I'm using a 12 foot-pound 177 caliber Reximex Pretensis. It's a regulated model with a walnut stock, and it's one of my absolute favourite affordable rifles. Plenty of shots, nice and accurate, and it looks pretty good too. On top is the recently launched Hikmicro Alpex 4K Lite A40 EL LRF. It's a digital day-night scope. It's a lighter, more compact version of the very successful Alpex 4K, but it has all the features and functions of its bigger brother. A ballistic calculator, laser rangefinder, lots of reticle and colour options, but it's been designed specifically for airgun use. And at 450 grams and 281 millimeters long, it's a lot shorter and lighter. Well, that's a good start. I spotted him on the far side of the field there, and there's quite a few people moving around the farm most of the time, so the rabbits are reasonably used to people walking about. He laid down really low, so I wasn't quite sure if he was going to bolt, and I wasn't actually sure that I caught him quite right, because he did leap off, but I can see now that he's absolutely stone dead. So I saw a few rabbits along this hedgerow down here, so I've crept over the gate, made my way around the edge of the field, and I've got in a position here with this shed behind me for a bit of cover, and I'm hoping the rabbits are going to come out again. Now, the only other pieces of kit that I should have mentioned are my Hikmicro Habrock thermal binoculars, and also I'm using an Eagle Vision Helia 34 silencer on the Pretensis, which makes it really, really quiet. Well, I thought I'd missed my chance on that one as he moved, and he stopped him by the fence. I lasered him at 39 meters, which is about as far as I like to take a 177 12 foot-pound rifle, but the laser rangefinder and the ballistic calculator did their job, and yeah, he went over clean as a whistle. Now, one thing I've noticed with this, which is a really cool feature, is that the reticle, the laser rangefinder reticle, which is a little square box top left on the reticle, is white against a dark background, and as soon as you move the scope to a light background, it goes to black. So you're never kind of hunting around for it, which is a really nifty little feature. It's not quite dark yet, but I'm going to go back to the truck, have a slurp of tea, and then set myself up with the IR torch, and then when it gets dark, start again. I think it's quite a good idea to give the rabbits a bit of a rest here because it's quite a small permission. So yeah, so that's the plan. Like the other Alpex scopes, the Alpex Lite doesn't have an integrated IR illuminator, although Scott Country does sell a bundle that includes one. But it does mean you can fit the torch of your choice. I'll put this one on now and I'll make sure it's all properly centered when it gets properly dark. And although I've only taken a few shots, I'm going to refill my magazine anyway. The Reximex Pretensis goes really well with the QIS streamline pellets, and having spent hours on the range with it, I know that they will group at less than an inch at 40 meters. Well, I can see two rabbits right down by the main gate. The laser rangefinder on the thermal is saying it's 54 meters, which is too far to take a shot. So I'm going to try and get sort of 25, 30 meters a bit closer. What I tend to do is I'm going to count my steps, and I plan on 2 steps equating to about a meter. So I'm going to take about 40 or 50 paces down, which should bring me nicely within range, and hope that that the rabbit is still there. Now the trouble with thermal is that it ignores, it sees through long grass and stuff, and through the hab rocks I could see that rabbit as clear as day, but when I look through the scope there's a lot of grass in the way, so I had to wait quite a while for the rabbit to move into a little bit of a clear patch, and then I lasered him, and yeah, I was able to thread a shot through the grass and knocked him down really clean. Now, it's been pretty slow here tonight, to be honest. Normally there's quite a few more rabbits around. It's not a particularly dark night, but what I think I'm going to do is give the rabbits a little bit of a rest, have a cup of tea, and I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunity to put a bit more charge into the Alpex with this power bank. Well, I thought I cracked it because I could see what I thought were 4 or 5 rabbits running around in the field, the next field, through the thermal. But when I checked through the scope, it's actually 4 or 5 young foxes, which explains why the rabbits are getting a little bit spooky. To be honest, I haven't got much choice but to sit it out and hope that the rabbits come out anyway, or the foxes move off. Now, the farm on the other side is a sheep farm, and it's not one of my permissions, but I think I might just pop round there tomorrow, show him the thermal footage, and see if he wants me and my 243 to pay a visit. Well, that's a relief. I saw him in the long grass, but through the scope I couldn't quite see him clearly. All I could see was a little bit of eye shine, so I gave him a squeak, and he actually moved into a clear patch that was bang on my 30-meter zero. I think I'm going to call it a night there. I would have liked to have got some more rabbits in the dark, but sometimes they don't read the script, unfortunately. The Hikmicro Alpex 4K Lite has been really, really good. Crystal clear in daylight and clear at night as well. And one thing I have noticed is that the laser splash falls directly on the box indicator. So it means that in the daylight you can use the rangefinder and know that you're getting a truly reliable range. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to call that a night, pick up those rabbits and head off home. So thanks for watching.
Rich doing a great job out on the rabbits there. Now, please don't forget to give us a follow on the Airgun Extra Facebook page. We're using it for information sharing, and we've also got some more great competitions in the pipeline. Right, next up, I'm taking a close look at the brilliant and very eye-catching new BRK Ghost Special Edition. The BRK Brocock Ghost is an incredibly successful bullpup PCP. It packs a lot of features and adaptability into a very compact and rigid monoblock chassis. Now it's been given a new twist with this special edition or SE model, which incorporates some really exclusive features, and it has a recommended retail price of £1,950 for this version. This airgun really is a head turner. Now, its blue colour scheme probably hasn't been developed for the field, but it will certainly get some attention on the range. Now, there are several barrel and power configurations available. So the HP model is available with 23 or 28 inch barrel with a barrel tensioning system. This is the Plus model and it has a 17 inch barrel. Overall length of this version is a very compact 740mm or about 845mm with the supplied silencer fitted, and it weighs just a shade over 3.5 kilos. So you get the Ghost quick change barrel system, which enables you to switch between different barrel lengths and different calibers. As you can see, there's a carbon shroud on that barrel, and on the end of that is a 1/2 inch UNF thread for the attachment of the supplied colour coordinated silencer. That silencer is about 165mm long on the HP model and around 120mm long on this one, and it is very effective. Another very obvious feature of this limited edition Ghost is its fore end, which incorporates top and bottom race Arca and M-LOK rails. Now, it actually feels surprisingly good in the hand, but Its squared off underside profile makes it really stable on the bench. And of course, its main purpose is for accessory attachment, which it enables you to do quickly and very securely. You also have Picatinny rails on either side and a twin clamp Picatinny scope rail. Now, that scope rail sits on a dovetail rail and can actually slide back and forth, enabling you to get precision placement for exactly the right eye relief for the optic that you're using. Now, the reversible cheek support sits on that same full length rail and can also slide back and forth so you can position it wherever suits you best. I really like the Ghost's pistol grip. It's ambidextrous, grippy and very comfortable. Now, another nice feature on the SE model is the Gecko butt pad. Now, it's height adjustable so you can tweak fit and it feels great in the shoulder. And beneath it, you'll find another Picatinny connection point. Very handily, the Ghost SE comes supplied with a neat little single shot loading system. Now, you also get the tried and tested multi-shot magazine, which is pellet friendly and very easy to load. It holds 13 shots in 177 caliber, 11 in 22, 10 in .25 and 8 in .30. Now, driven by a side lever mechanism which features an oversized, very chunky drop-down handle which feels great in the hand. The cocking and loading mechanism is quick and utterly reliable. The two-stage trigger has a match-type blade that's adjustable for length of pull, height and angle. Now, the actual mechanism is fully adjustable, but as you would expect from a gun of this quality, it was great straight out of the box. The fairly short first stage is followed by a very clear stop before a crisp, predictable and completely creep-free second stage break. The Ghost has a crossbolt type safety catch that's positioned very conveniently just above the trigger blade. You push it across from the left into the safe position and then you simply nudge it back across from the right when you're ready to take the shot. Apart from being a very adaptable modular platform, the Ghost also gives you a lot of adaptability when it comes to power output. Now, high power models feature quick and easy external regulator adjustment, and all models come with the 20-point power adjustment wheel for tweaking output. All models also feature a Huma regulator for enhanced efficiency and consistency. Now, high power versions are capable of producing muzzle energy up to around 100 foot-pounds. This more modest sub 12 foot-pound 177 caliber gun is producing about 11.4 foot-pounds on full output, and it's doing it very consistently. Variation is remaining within 5 feet per second over a 10-shot string with Rangemaster Sovereign pellets. Regulator pressure is externally adjustable on high power models. Now, that pressure is displayed on the gauge on the left hand side of the action. The gauge on the right shows the pressure in the main tank. Now, that big removable 480cc carbon bottle makes for a very generous air supply. Max fill pressure is 250 bar, and from that you can expect well over 400 shots running at sub 12 foot-pounds. When it is time to refill, simply flip off the magnetic cap that guards the inlet in front of the trigger guard and then couple up with the supplied connector. The BRK Brocock Ghost has a proven track record when it comes to delivering serious accuracy, and the special edition is no exception. This one came supplied with the MTC Viper Connect scope. Now, I've got to say, I don't often use short eye relief scopes, but judging by the results that I was getting from this setup with those Rangemaster Sovereign pellets, I can see why a lot of shooters do. Shooting from a bench in relatively calm conditions, it was pellet on pellet at 20 meters. Now, that is not particularly exceptional for an airgun of this quality, but it was much the same at 30 meters. At 40 meters, the groups had opened up a little bit, probably more down to me than the gun, but it was still single holing. This is a great airgun with some amazing features. and it certainly stands out from the crowd. Now, the extras in this package are genuinely useful, and it's a special airgun that you're going to want to take care of, and Brocock have even thought of that. The SE comes supplied with a custom fitted hard case to keep it safe in transit. So there you go, that is the BRK Brocock Ghost SE, or Special Edition, which certainly has an air of exclusivity. Built on a tried and tested modular platform, it's tough, dependable, highly adaptable and very accurate. I've had a great time shooting it, and it certainly looks the business on the range. I'll leave it to you to decide how those looks fare in the greenery of the British countryside.
Great British Shooting Show, held on the 13th to the 15th of February 2026 at the NEC Birmingham. Book tickets online at shootingshow.co.uk.
I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this week, but as ever, we've got loads more videos in the pipeline. Thanks again to Crackshot. You can find a link to their website in the show description. And thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. So we're back again in a fortnight. In the meantime, there's loads of free content on our website, airgunextra.com. Until the next time, enjoy your shooting and stay safe.